Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and
we are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old gross surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3rd down, Young from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Green, 39!
Looking to throw, Young. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty costs some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Harris. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
Now Harris going to throw again. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with that.
Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for
first
naught
down
on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here
To throw on second down is Young. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And they'll run it here. Down right around the 25. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On second down, Williams. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw. Harris looking now at the 39. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Lucky 56.
Harris throwing on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Young on 3rd down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now let's go. Blue landed.
It's Young off play action. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Set. Blue landed. Blue landed.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Again to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Young working out of the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. In for the score. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting him up a little bit, and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carter. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Harris on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Harris on 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Harris now throwing again, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards, and the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
From the gun, Harris. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now Harris throwing on 3rd and long. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. And the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The defense for the Cowboys getting set to go. Now, last time out, they gave up the touchdown. Here, though, this defense in prime position.
This gives them a chance to go ahead and take the last possession and throw it away. Not even worry about it anymore. They can be in attack mode now. They can be the ones who can change this game and change field position and give their offense a great opportunity.
You mean attack mode by what they call here defensively?
Exactly. Great spot to have the offense pinned back. Don't let them out, and maybe pressure advantage.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Now let's go. Green.
On 2nd down, Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Returnable here from the 38. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Harris. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gun!
Harris from the gun, he'll throw. And that's incomplete. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Here we go now.
2nd down, Young. His throw.
Key, as a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Harris from the gun on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here.
Detroit! Detroit! Set!
Back to throw. Harris going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Gone! 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 Gone!
To throw is Harris. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Harris now operating from the gun. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field, and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Blue landed.
Here's Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
First down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Set. 319. 319.
Young now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Operating from the gun, Harris. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
The Cowboys on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Harris on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Here's Harris throwing on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. 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 Detroit.
From the gun, Harris. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Gone, gone. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start things out with a trip up to FedEx Field. Washington playing host to visiting Indianapolis. And as they approach halftime, it's the Redskins who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Kareem Hunt with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Josh Rosen has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Green 39! Green 39!
To throw is Harris. Operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Harris now to throw on second down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
3-19!
To throw on second down. Harris. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun! 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 Detroit! 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 Detroit!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Looking to throw. Harris. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Now let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A play fake. Now Young. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Set. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Set! Blue, landed!
On play action, Young. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now let's go! 3-19!
They'll try and run with her fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's
3-19!
he'll get it up the middle. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that'll make it third and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now here's Young. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers are back within a score. Point after here coming up. Point after right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Harris looking to throw on second down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Here's Harris to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Detroit! Gone!
To throw is Harris. On third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Taken in at the 11.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom,
and they'll go on the ground. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Set, 3-19. 3-19.
Young looks to throw on first down. The left side completion to Jones. A gain of 6 there on first.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now Young. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. if things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
And they'll run it here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and long for Young. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Harris now on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Harris. And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Throwing, Young.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, look at me.
A 2nd down throw for Young. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 32 that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Young. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
They'll get it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
To throw, Young. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. And they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic turning it over.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now Harris on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bipima Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And it's a big play there on 3rd down, but with the marker on the field, I don't think it's going to hold. Let's see.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So probably next time we see this coaching staff, I want you to have my back here because that was really kind of a white flag type of a play, almost a little bit of a surrender. Just turn and hand it to the big guy, get what you can, and be prepared to kick the ball away.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing to start the drive. Harris. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Young off the play fake. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further.
Offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Young. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Fielded just inside the 20. And that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And we have reached The 2-minute warning. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Detroit!
Harris throwing on first down, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Harris to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Detroit! Gone!
They'll look to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Inside of a minute to go now, 2 timeouts left, still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now let's go. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
To throw is Harris on 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Cowboys! In for the score. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up, because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Young. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Here we go now. Green, 39.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Cowboys, their strong start to the year continues as they're